Hey, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate you tuning back in. This video is going to be a big one. So basically, I've been showcasing this strategy. So is Patrick Beer. He's another YouTuber in the space. If you're not familiar with him, I'll leave his channel link in the description. But basically, we've been kind of showcasing this strategy, this dilution strategy, for getting rid of deep bags that you might have, and even as a strategy to really kind of give yourself an even better edge when using Profit Trailer. You can give yourself a pretty nice edge when you get PT Feeder, and I showcase that product a lot on this channel, because it really can give you some great versatility in terms of different market conditions and in terms of what might happen in any given situation. But there's one kind of missing link in Profit Trailer, and it's not even Profit Trailer's fault. It's just it's the fault of your own settings, or it's the fault of the markets having massive swings. But basically, it comes down to the deep DCA bags, right? It's almost inevitable that you will end up in these bags. Now, the worst part about it is if you look, this is just a 5-minute candle, and this is what my Profit Trailer and PT Feeder is running off. My EMAs are based on a 5-minute candle length. And if I kind of zoom in a little bit here, you can see that in the course of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes or so, we're seeing some massive price increases, like 4%. And then obviously in the bearish direction as well. But when you're in these deep DCA bags from maybe months ago, if I zoom out on the 1-day chart, and maybe you purchased way back when we had this downfall, and this is just list. This isn't Bitcoin. This is just a random altcoin that I actually happen to be in a deep bag of, and I purchased in this range. And if you're looking at this, you're looking at negative 65% at the very bottom, and right now where we're sitting at today, you're looking at negative 51% or so, somewhere in that range, right? And so if you're stuck in these DCA bags on the way down, you're actually not partaking in any of these upswings. Like, look at this candle. In one day, we had a 33%, 34% gain. And the problem is you're not really able to partake in these. I mean, sure, you're getting 39% on your dollar value of this coin, but the whole point of Profit Trailer and PT Feeder, in my opinion, is to be constantly trading with almost all of your portfolio value. Because if you're not, then you're just buying and holding. And that's not why any of us purchased Profit Trailer in the beginning anyway. So partaking in these daily movements, as you can see when we break it down, partaking in these is really necessary. And so this dilution strategy that we're using is pretty simple. It's basic math, very simple math. And I'll just kind of dive into it with a very basic example. What we're doing is, say you bought a coin, you bought 100 coins for $1. So whatever coin, I don't know if you could say you buy 100 Tether coins, right? And this wouldn't really work for Tether because Tether doesn't go in negatives. Really, it kind of hovers around $1. But say you bought some coin for $1 and you bought 100 of them, which means you spent $100. Now, a month later or whatever time frame you're looking at, you've realized, okay, I'm at an 8% loss. This bag is negative 8% in the hole. All that means is you now have 92 cents per coin, right? That's just your coin value now. So what we're going to do, and this is where like the meat and potatoes of this strategy comes in, is we're going to chop this thing up into 20 pieces. Okay. Now the reason for doing this, we're going to divide this 100 bag, this 100 coin bag, and we're going to divide it by 20. And basically the idea behind that is to break up your loss into very small particles. Okay. And what we end up doing, so 100 divided by 20 is 5. Basically, you end up keeping 5 coins. And what you're going to do is you're going to place a limit sell on the exchange of your choosing, Binance or Bittrex or whatever it is. And you're going to sell the remaining 95 coins. Okay. And basically, the spreadsheet is just really handy because it does all these calculations for you. All these blue boxes, you're the one who's entering that info. The green is all calculated info. The red and orange is just reference info pretty much. So yeah, you would sell 95 of these coins at a 1% gain, which is what it's calculating, 1.01. You bought it for 1. That's a 1% gain. And basically that's just going to park your coins in a pending sell in Profit Trailer. And so Profit Trailer won't touch these coins anymore, right? So now that you've broken that up, you have 5 remaining coins still left in your bag. And it's probably going to be dust. It's going to be very small. And so that's what it is. You're just sitting there. The dust is at a negative 8%, but that's okay. So then the next part of this strategy is you're going to dilute these coins. And what that means is you're going to go on to your exchange of choice, and you're going to place a market buy. You're going to buy these 100 new coins, and basically you're diluting by the same amount that you chopped into it. And you don't have to. You can play with these numbers. These are just, basic reference numbers that I've been using, and they've actually been working really well to get me out of these bags. And basically, you're going to dilute your 5 coins by 20. So you're going to just rebuy 100 more coins. Now your total bag size will be 105 coins. So if that makes sense. So now you've sold, you have 95 parked in a sell order, and you just rebought 100 more of them. And basically what this is doing is it's going to allow you to bring your percent drop for this bag to about a 0.41%. And that obviously this will change as you change your dilution amount. So if you increase the dilution amount, it's going to, you're buying more coins at a lower value. And so your percentage in the negative of this bag is going to be closer to 0. Because right when you buy a coin for market, when Profit Trailer buys a coin, you start at 0%, right? And basically whatever the market does, determines how negative you go. Now, this is very important. This is all being done manually right now, right? So we're all doing this. And one of the most exciting things that I'm excited for is Patrick and I are actually teaming up, and we are going to be bringing this to you guys in a Profit Trailer add-on, very similar to like something like Feeder, right? You go and you get resold this other product. It'll just be an add-on. And, we're working really hard to get this thing honed in and get it developed for, obviously automation purposes, for ease of use. And, just because this spreadsheet and the strategy in general is pretty tedious. And so this to me is the missing link in Profit Trailer. Once all of this comes together, I'm hoping that it really will be a more of a set and forget type of deal. And you won't be getting these super negative DCA bags. You'll be able to use this strategy and it'll do it automatically. So that's going to be really exciting. I'm super pumped to be working with Patrick and developing this, in more of an add-on sense. For the time being, until that's launched, everyone's just going to have to do it like this, do it manually. But, just know that we are working on it, and any suggestions are more than welcome. So basically, now that you sort of understand how the strategy is working and you're just rebuying and you're parking some coins in a sell order, the next thing that's really important to understand is when you go back in and buy these new coins, you want to look at TradingView. You don't want to just go on to, Binance or whatever exchange you're using and just click market order and buy it. Because the problem is you could end up buying your new set of coins, your 100 new coins up in this region if you're not paying attention. And basically you'll end up with an even deeper bag. So this would be a negative 2.76% since you bought it up here. And if you were already in the hole, negative 8%, you can see where that can get kind of sucky. So basically what I would recommend doing is, depending on your buying strategy, how you like to buy, I would simply just go to TradingView, input your EMAs, and this is what I use for my buying strategy is EMAs. And I simply just take percentages and decide if it's a good time to purchase. And I look at other things. I'm definitely more of a trader myself, so I like to look at the RSI. you could look at Bollinger Bands, and I need to log into this. This is annoying. You could look at Bollinger Bands. You could look at a whole bunch of different things to give you a better idea of when it's a good time to buy. And that is how this strategy will be maximized. And until this is automated and is using profit trailers, buying strategies, et cetera, you just have to go in and do it manually and make sure you're getting into good trades, or else you might end up in a worse situation. Like if you buy up here and you're trying to dilute your bag down and you end up another negative 7% in the hole, you might be frustrated. So that is that. Now, these numbers, like I said, are very rough. You know, you can use whatever calculations you would like to, and you just have to change them here in the spreadsheet. My buy of choice is diluting it by 20 times. I generally chop it up 20 times. And this strategy has been bulletproof. I've been doing my best to, kind of break it. And so has Patrick. He's been doing the same thing. And we've just been kind of purposely getting into bad bags and breaking this thing up into all sorts of different pieces. And it just works. If you're religious with it, you stick to it. I know it takes a lot of time. And I guess one thing worth mentioning is, when you break this up, you chop it into 20 pieces. You're basically going to have to do this rebuying and then selling those coins another 19 times. So it's very, very tedious. Now that's great. It's okay because it works. And like I said, you're taking advantage of these big swings, right? These 2.55% swings. And basically the reason that I chop it up into 20 is, when I buy this new stack of coins, these new 100 coins, and then my bag size is now 105 coins, my percentage drop, my net average coin cost is 0.9238, which is about negative 0.41%. When it loads into profit trailer, it'll load in as a negative pair at 0.41%. And so that's a lot more manageable than 8%, right? So when I'm at a negative 8%, I need it to skyrocket. And that's not going to necessarily happen in one day's worth of trading. But when you're at negative 0.4%, I mean, you can see one candle being higher than that. And so that's what's nice, is it's much more manageable. And that's why this strategy works. The problem is you have to do it 20 times, depending on how many times you chop your bag up. So that is why I'm very, very excited to be working on this add-on to kind of do this when we sleep, and really take advantage of the markets and kind of bring this missing piece to profit trailer. And so it's really exciting. Let's see, is there anything else that I wanted to touch? So I believe I spoke a little bit on how to get this. You can go to Patrick's Discord and you can ask for access to this spreadsheet. You can check out his YouTube channel too. He's got a lot of good content about this strategy in specific. I appreciate everybody who subscribes. If you like the content, if you want to keep getting more updates on this, or you have questions about the strategy or suggestions maybe, please leave them in the comments below. I always enjoy reading your guys' comments. Let's see. Anything else? Am I forgetting anything? I feel like I am, but maybe I'm not. I will be doing another update on PT Feeder. I'll do a PT Feeder settings update. I just got back from vacation, so I'm going to mess around with the settings a little bit more, and I will be uploading a new video on that in the next couple days. So with that said, guys, I'm super pumped about this strategy, and it's coming to fruition. Big shout out to Patrick. Check out his stuff, and we'll be bringing you more updates in the near future. I'll catch you guys later.